The Aussie NFL Fantasy Show would like to acknowledge the traditional land owners and the leaders past, present and emerging of Ngunnawal, Ngambri and Darawal countries where we are working from today. This always was, and always will be, Aboriginal land.
This is the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show.
Manjot, myth, legend.
Who thinks they're going first this week, by the way? Hands up.
It's Talor.
Oh, you're wrong. It's you, man.
Yeah, I thought so. Oh, okay. Man, that is just a load of information. Lot of dumping right there, man. Yes, you gotta go for them early and then trade them. I was feeling that sort of vibe from Talor. Talor nailed, I reckon. Yeah, as someone who's living the pain of the Jimmy G experience still, just trade that man, please.
I just realised he, basically had hamstrings made of tissue. That was great.
A lot like mine.
Anyway, back to Manjot.
How about me with my Peyton Manning jersey that I got for Christmas last year?
This is the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show.
It's an upgrade, but he's not going to be so elite.
In the beginning there was nothing, a featureless void. From the formless primordial state, a legend was born when forces combined to create a solid object of significant value. As planets were formed and Earth itself was shaped, the object lay awaiting its destiny. Seas rise and fall, mountains emerge, and upon the highest mountain, an intrepid adventurer happens upon the object. A worthy prize for ascending this to the tallest of peaks. This object has been documented to be held by many of the great dynasties of mankind, from the Persians to the Hans, the Mongols and the Ottomans, lives lost defending it from those who seek to possess it. Now it is in the trust of three wise men who also reach such pinnacles, to be held by he who imparts the most astute knowledge upon fellow mankind. The winner of the annual Aussie NFL Fantasy Show Starts of the Week.
Whoosh. We are
Winner
here
of
starts.
The winner of Snoop Dogg's bronze dick.
Snoop Dogg's now.
So it's Snoop Dogg's now.
Oh, it might be Antonio Brown's. Oh, no.
It's not Antonio Brown's. We've seen that one.
Antonio Brown's Toblerone.
Oh, fuck.
That was really
Oh,
funny.
fuck.
That was really funny.
Shit.
All right. This is unprecedented situation here where somebody who's not named Dr. Shitcall gets to choose who goes first. And we've had no discussion about this all week because actually none of us could believe it.
Just assumed it was me again.
It's actually part of your role. Did you know that? It's baked into your job matrix of things you have to perform to get your paycheck. That
I'm interested to see what Manjot does here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so let's recap this real quick. What a week to start with. That we had. Let me see if I can drag this up. Clearly, it wasn't Taylor's week. You pretty much went with most of your Dr. Good Call players, and they really had a rough week.
I always thought, though, if I was going to lose, I wanted to lose spectacularly, and I did. I did a fantastic job.
Accomplished that. That is for shizzle. Grand total of 26 points as well, which is like a record low. You've had 2 weeks really nearby where it was a record high. It's 12.6 for Gino. The no show at all from Jeff Wilson Jr. Wasn't even hurt, and Will Disley throwing up a bit of a goose egg there, 2.2.
Yeah,
but, saved by Rondale Moore, which I think genuinely helped people out there. Marky Mark, by the way, firstly, Catch No Huddle Dynasty. He's been putting out shows. Yeah. He's got 2 episodes out. He's about to have a 3rd one, and we will run them through our channel as well. Big thank you to him for stepping into the void left by a very small void left by me, but he more than filled it and did an extremely good job of every part that he had touched in last week's show, and especially the picks of the week where he took Danny Dimes, which I would have approved of, and he said that he thought I would approve of it, and he's damn right. Raheem Mostert, which I probably wouldn't have approved of, but he's got more stones than me. And Adam Thielen, who he knows. Taylor brought it up straight away. Matty took him last week, and this was kind of the week I was expecting him to have, where he scored 13 points. But he ends up with 45, which is I haven't seen that kind of air for months.
Yeah. It's season high.
But have a look at this one. Old Sunshine throws up 25 points for Manjot. Trevor Lawrence, 24.9 in a loss.
It was the rushing TDs. The rushing TDs get you 6.
Rushing TDs, unbelievable. And Manjot and he would have been so torn because he's seeing his start to the week quarterback throw up those touchdowns. But gee, we could have used them in the Astro League. Oh my God. Anybody else runs those and it wouldn't have mattered. We would have got something for it. So I think there was a little bit of torture there as well.
Should have passed more to Kirk. Then
The
it's
whole
all
lot.
good.
Evan Engram. Evan Engram could have used one. But
He's
anyhow.
still on our team.
Darnell Mooney scored 13.9. You would have got the score for the start to the week if he'd thrown him there as well, because Evan Engram scores 9. But he ends up with 56, which is one of the better scores not scored by somebody named Talor this year, which is, I think it puts you third on the podium, man, John. So you should be feeling really proud of yourself.
Let's go. We put up 3 there.
Yeah. So a quick recap of the scoreboard puts Taylor on top. He had 15 coming into the week from 5 straight wins. Gets a point added to that. He's on 16. And then another reshuffle between Manjot and I, because Mark was picking on my behalf. And did a terrific job, by the way, but scored 2 points. It means Manjot and I level again on 9. Manjot has a win. So it definitely puts him ahead of me in the tiebreakers now. And it means now that, well, Manjot's only 4 wins behind Taylor. So we're closing the gap.
Yeah.
All right. Recap done. Now the pressure. It all begins. It all begins because Manjot, you have you've got something to bestow on somebody, whether it be yourself, Taylor, or me. But someone's got to pick first.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it to Maddie C. Because yeah, I think I'm gonna put Maddie straight in there. Maddie, you gotta go in there.
I wasn't ready for that at all.
You weren't?
No.
Too bad. I'm sorry. And then I'm gonna so Maddie / Mark went first last week. I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go Taylor go in the middle.
Oh, you put yourself on the turn.
Even though I won in the middle last week, I'm gonna put myself on the turn and see if I
Taylor
can
in the middle.
keep the hot streak. Yeah.
Man dropped in the arsehole end.
Yeah.
All right.
You asshole.
I think that there's enough depth at the other positions that I really probably want to start with a wide receiver. And it annoys me because I'll have to go back and look at this because Manjot challenged me on this before, but I'm pretty sure I haven't taken a player from Dr. Goodcall all year. And I've kind of silently made a point of not doing that. And it fucks me right off that you took Lazard because I really wanted him to
Take him. Fucking take him.
Me right off.
And he's the only guy I want. So I feel like I'm gonna have to break with tradition and just go and take Lazard and just live with hypocrisy.
Look,
Is that what you're doing?
Give it to him, yeah.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
Yeah. That's it. So that's my first pick, and I'm not gonna hesitate. I'm just gonna pull that trigger. And move on. And now know that I don't have to think about it for 4 more picks and let you guys go hard.
Yes, interesting.
Say Dizzle.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because, for some reason, the one pick that's sticking out to me is also the one position that I feel like I'm happy with all 3 I've got down, but I still feel like I want this guy more than the other 2. It's a real weird situation. I'm going to let it pass because if Manjot can only take one of them, obviously, being on the turn. So I'm going to go Tua, just because I had a little bit of a hard time with quarterback this week, and I feel like I kind of portrayed that in Dr. Goodcall. Like if I tell you who my 3rd on my list is, you'll just be like, "What the fuck?" Like I just really thought it was a tough week in terms of. Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was a lot of bad matchups for some of the guys you consider streamers. So I'm going to go with Tua.
That's kind of the other way around. I thought all the quarterbacks this week were kind of really hard. So I'm just like, they're all the same.
Yeah, I thought Tua had a far bigger upside than any of the other ones I'm looking at. So
hey, look,
that's why I'm going it. He could also get concussed in the first play, but I've also had that with Bridgewater, so I'm just forgetting that again.
Can I just wind back to the early show in the week where you said that Tua could get concussed by someone's fart?
Yeah, and I'm taking him as my first round.
I love that. I've got this visual of just someone peeling one off and two are just dropping. I shouldn't be laughing at that, but anyway.
Really, I know I don't want it to because I really do feel for him, like
Poor
for his
guy.
own safety for
Yeah.
the year. I just really hope he's okay.
So it's proven
Yeah.
to all of a sudden be this wonderfully exciting player, and it's good for a team who haven't had a lot of recent success. So you never want to see
Exactly.
ill things happen to a clearly good person and an exciting player.
Yeah.
Amanda's
nice
got the
guy,
double
man.
swing. What are you going to do with it, brother?
All right. So running back, am I allowed to go with my boy Brian Robinson? Is that
Oh,
allowed?
yeah,
I think he
for sure.
qualifies. Yeah.
Yes, let's go. All right, put him in. I starting him in every single league this week. I'm fully in on this breakout. I called it all the way into preseason. Please give me Brian Robinson on this because I really want him to go off in this game. I'm really excited. Really, really excited for him to just come
Oof.
into this. Yeah, I'm very just
All over him.
Just good.
Like Taylor
Yeah.
on a hotcake, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love myself all cake.
Mate, me too.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna go tight end. I
Ooh,
think
Dolchich.
yeah, I'm gonna go nah. I've
you gonna
already
do?
disagreed. Yeah, no Denver Broncos on my team today. Unless I'm forced to gunpoint to. So don't bring your guns out. It's Australia.
Unless you're taking.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take there's a lot of good matchups this week
Yeah.
actually at tight end. That's the problem. I'm gonna go with my boy. It's not actually my
Who's
boy.
your boy at tight end? Ross Dwelly.
my boy, I've always loved this tight end.
Look,
My boy Isaiah
Taysom
Likely.
Hill. Taysom
God,
Hill. If he's
Taysom
still
Hill, here it
allowed.
is.
If he's still allowed,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
going
he's
with Taysom
definitely
Hill.
allowed.
Look, fuck it. Who else is there at tight end that can really have a big boom game like
I
Taysom Hill?
always laugh when I listen to these,
Yeah.
right? Because every week,
I
like
roast
man
him.
picks like honestly a tight end that's like tight end 20 probably at best, and he always asks if it's okay. Like, but he doesn't. I mean, yeah, you kind of ask your first pick as well of Brian Robinson, but normally you're like you pick, and you're like, oh, is Evan Engram okay?
Yeah.
Say no.
Bro,
To,
like, what the fuck is that tight end? That's why. What the tight end?
But
Yeah,
honestly,
That's
man,
so
like
good.
you can pick pretty much anyone. It's
Yeah.
honestly Taysom
There's
Hill.
probably
Yeah,
4 guys who are illegal at tight end.
I'll be honest. Like I like Taysom Hill for this week. Like I've kept him in any league that I've got him in as starting because I think against Arizona there could be a decent opportunity because, like I've said, they don't have the best defense. It's probably going to be Andy Dalton again, and that it looks to me like it's only Olave that's back. It's the other two are probably still not back. So I think there's plenty of opportunity for him.
Yeah. I think this might be one of those last couple of weeks where you get a real honest crack at a weird week like he had a couple of weeks ago where he just did everything. Tay,
High upside. Yeah, it's an interesting one.
what are you going to do here, mate?
Because again, I'm almost like, because I didn't actually have Robinson on my list. That was actually a pretty decent pick. I've got,
Yeah,
but there's
good
still
pick.
like the top two. I still kind of like both of them at running back. So I'm like, if you take one of them, I'm not
Doesn't
too
matter.
worried. Even though the number one, I'm kind of like more, like I mentioned. I'm going to take Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, dang.
I'm going to go
Okay.
Brandon Ayuk.
My boy.
I really obviously had a great game last week. It's not just about that. He's up against the Chiefs, so the 28th against wide receiver. I just think it's going to be a very similar situation for the Niners this week as it was last week. I think they're going to be down, and I think it's going to be a game script where they pass more. And like you saw what that looked like. I think Ayuk gets caught up in a lot of games where they run the ball heaps, and he just isn't utilized when they're dominating. And I don't think that's going to be able to happen against the Chiefs. So the Chiefs are going to put points on the board. They're going to put points pressure on the Niners, especially with all the injuries on their defense. So I think they're going to have to pass. And I actually think that's where Ayuk's great and that sort of good game script. So, yeah, I actually think Ayuk could have a great game again.
Yeah, I like the pick. I mean, he's just one of those guys who I find hard to trust because his ceiling's pretty good and he could also deliver you fucking nothing. but you
Oh,
just
I could
never
get
know
that
what
far.
you're going to get.
I know Taylor took him off Dr. Good Call. I know he did.
No,
Come
I
on.
didn't. No. I had to go Lazard this week because I've just talked. I had him on the list for so long. I'm like, I have to take him. I have to mention him this time. Ayuk was second on my list though for wide receiver.
One thing I like about this is that when I went through it and I compiled my lists, literally nobody has chosen anything that I wrote down.
Ooh, okay.
No, I was gonna say no. I haven't either, but then I realized you took Lazard. So yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
I hadn't put Robinson in. Not that it's a pick that I would have considered legal. I don't know. My brain just didn't go there. I hadn't considered Taysom. It's a nice choice. I hadn't considered Ayuk. I hadn't considered Tiller. I just hadn't even got him in my list. So you can imagine the garbage that I've got on my list. I think I know the player at running back that Taylor would prefer to have, where he might have other guys who he's like, okay. And I think the guy he'd prefer to have is Kenneth Walker against the Chargers. And I'm going to take Kenneth Walker against the Chargers because their running defense is suspect. He's finally at a spot where he's getting more than half the snaps because situation has appeared there that Penny's dead. I don't think that the Seahawks are a guaranteed brilliant offense. It's matchup driven. If this was next week and they were playing against the Giants, I don't think I'd be making this call. So that's my justification for taking Kenneth Walker.
He was second on my list.
Okay. No, and that sounds good then. So now you've got
But like I said,
no competition at running back.
I realized I was happy with either of my top two, and I kind of realized as I was talking through the first pick that Kenneth Walker was close to the other guy enough that I was like, I'll just leave it.
Yeah, no, fair enough. And I think now with tight end, because I've got no pressure to take the wide receiver till last since you guys got your receivers. I've got all three here and they're all equally horrid. So it doesn't really matter.
I like it.
I just wonder how bold should I be? Should I take someone who's real just
like a Dolchich?
a bit wackadoo? Or should I take someone who's a bit more, okay, here's the analysis and it makes sense, you know? I think I'll take
Bated breath.
Cameron Brate against the Panthers.
Oh,
I think you've made a bad call. I swear he's out for ages.
wait up. Let me just check.
I'm certain he came out of the game in that Otten guy who backs
He
him
has
up.
a
and now is
sprained neck.
starter.
He has a sprained
Yeah.
neck.
I swear they
Oh.
carted him off.
Okay, I'm not taking him then. He has come back for negative for neck fractures, but
Yeah.
it is unlikely. Okay, I'm going to move on from Cameron Brate. That's good.
I
that's fair
saved you
enough.
massively there, mate.
You did.
Yeah, just
All right.
it's-
I won't take. That's kind of the. All right. Well, we know that the Panthers are shite in the middle. I'm going to go for
It's
my
like if he
Wackadoo
was
one
just
then.
questionable. If he was just questionable, I would have left it. But I'm like, I'm not going
Yeah.
to let someone just take someone who's like
Yeah.
guaranteed to be out for weeks.
I mean, he's,
Yeah, give
he
him
is
a
listed
mulligan.
as questionable, but yeah, okay.
No, I've
Um,
heard bad things about that. So.
I'm going to go for my Wackadoo one, and just no one in the world has started Hunter Henry in anything all year, and I'm going to take it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
It's against the
He
Bears.
was so bad for so long, and then he finally had a decent game.
Yeah, and if Bailey Zappi's okay to pass it to him and no one else on earth has been, okay, I trust you, Bailey. Bailey was on my list of quarterbacks still. I still might stack
Zappy
that
was-
bitch up.
He was third on my list. He was the one I
Yeah.
was saying that I thought would have been crazy.
There you go. Well, I'm taking his crazy stepsister at Hunter Henry. And he's my tight end this week.
All right. So you've done your
Man,
picks?
shot. I'm in. That's it.
Yeah. I think that's a good pick. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Yes, Matty.
Getting a bit crazy up in here. It's after
Yeah, it
midnight. Let's get wild.
Yeah, what's Taylor gonna do?
Well, I don't have to take running back now, so I might as well leave that to last. I'll just go with that call. I'm gonna go Pat Frymuth
Oh,
up against Miami.
Okay.
25th against tight end.
Was expecting him to be back.
I was considering him, but the injury, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was a I thought he got concussed.
Yeah, I just don't know if he's back or not. You may be
I
right.
I assumed he'd be back from a concussion because he missed last week.
Yeah, he's still listed as questionable. Expected to be cleared in time. He isn't yet. That's all.
Yeah, it's only
Hmm.
week 2 of protocol, so he can still, he can still get there. So yeah, it's 2 weeks. Hopefully
Yeah.
he's back.
The trajectory seems okay, but the problem is it's not like a fracture. It's not a linear injury, and if he has any setback, it'll throw him
Yeah,
out.
if I'm gonna switch, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Tonyan.
Hey, look,
I'm gonna
you
go
were a good
Tonyan
bloke to
against
me with tight end. I'll be a good bloke to you, mate.
Yeah, I'll go
Let's
Tonyan.
be fair.
I knew he was questionable. I just thought on the second week of a concussion he'd be right, but I suppose it is a risk. I'm just going to go
2 weeks
Tonyan
ago, I would have been with you, but now they've shaken up concussion protocol so much.
especially because I don't have Lazard, so I didn't really want to double up the wide receiver tight end. So I'll go Tonyan against Washington. It's actually not a good tight end matchup technically because they're third against tight end, but I really think that's an anomaly. I just think if anyone was half decent in tight end against them, they'd torch them.
Yeah. Have you had a look at the tight ends that have run out against
Yeah,
them?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
All right, so
I'm
I
going
got
to go
Tonyan.
TD Tonyan.
TD Tonyan, I've written him in.
Although
Man
he
job with the
wasn't
double
TD
pick.
Tonyan last week. He was like full on volume Tonyan. He
Yeah.
did like a Tyler Higbee last week and
Possession
was it like
Tonyan.
10 for 90 or something? I think he was.
Yeah,
He was one
just
of my best players.
near the sticks. That's what it is. Just get a ball in his hands and he'll get you a first down.
I didn't think he'd score 3 times more than Aaron Jones.
No, God, neither did I. What the fuck?
Fucking shit house.
I loved Aaron Jones in preseason too, and I'm starting to realize the error of my ways.
So bad.
I think I might have been highest on Aaron Jones amongst us. Yeah, I was. Whoops.
But then he'll score a 30 in 3 weeks and then it'll make it look like he's had a decent season.
He's going to need to score a few of them, Tay. Let's be
I
honest.
know. Especially do it now, please.
Yeah. Just give Tay that bump that he needs to get a few wins ahead of the curve. All right, man, Josh. If we take too much longer, I'll grow my arm back.
Yeah, so all right,
We've been
quarterback.
filibustering for you, mate. It's not like we haven't been doing our bit.
Yeah, we've been talking a lot of shit.
We have.
All right. Quarterback,
weeks of
I'm
shit
going
to
to
get out.
take the risk. Yeah, I'm going to take a risk at quarterback.
Ooh.
Pace performer of the week, Marcus Mariota. I'm going to
Oh,
go with him.
nice.
Damn it!
Him against the Bengals. I think.
I'll see you next
What?
on your list.
Yeah,
He was
top
my top.
5. What did
Oh.
I say? Top 5 in the last 2 weeks. I said that during the Pace performer segment. There's no chance I was gonna miss out on him. I actually picked up in a league where Kirk Cousins was on the bye. I dropped Allen Robinson for him, so this is a massive risk that I took. So I better hope that Mariota does his job
Wow.
because otherwise I'm gonna die and get.
I still just can't trust the guy throwing it 14 times. I'm
Look,
just so rattled by it.
I mean, they're gonna be down. They possibly. I mean, I'm
Yeah, who knows?
not
Against
guaranteed.
Atlanta right now. I'm
A-
so
and-
rattled about Atlanta. I just don't know what's going to happen week to week with them.
Yeah, it's a weird team. They're a weird team indeed.
It is. I mean, I don't know. I was going to take him too because it's a weird matchup. Cincinnati seemingly good against the quarterback in point scoring, but not good against the quarterback in NFL. So it's just kind of one of those ones that's like, surely this will correct itself.
Surely, yeah. I mean, yeah, they're not conceding much in fantasy because probably they haven't faced many running quarterbacks, and I think Mariota, he can change that with his legs. So this is a good time, I reckon, if you're a Mariota believer. And then, the other one. Now, this is now my wide receiver. This is my
Yeah.
last pick. I'm gonna go. Shit. I hope that I didn't zone out for a second. He got taken by Maddie. But Brandon Cooks, he's still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
He's
go
still
with Brandon
there.
Cooks.
I think I'd allow him too because he's been puffed.
At this point, yeah. I feel like it's one of those ones at the start. You probably be like, oh, no, but based on what you've seen, I think he fits it fine.
Yeah.
Wait, did he make the week 1 of this segment anyway? I think someone took
Yeah,
him week 1.
I think so.
Yeah,
I
so
think
it didn't even
where his
matter.
ADP was really low, so I think we did it then. But then, what did he play well week 1 as well? And then we're like, no one's ever
He
tried.
started well. He started
And
fine.
then
Yeah.
week 2, oh boy, that didn't work out. But Sooner or later, Brandon Cooks has just got to be good. And they're playing against the Raiders. The Raiders, the secondary is not that great, to be fair, most of the
I think
time.
you're going a week
I
early,
was-
mate. I think you're going a week early.
I was looking and
Yeah, maybe.
I just wanted to look after after we talked about bloody geez, I'm sorry, I'm having an absolute mind blank. Quarterback for Houston,
Davis Mills.
Davis
Mills.
Mills. We are talking about Davis Mills in the preseason. And I looked him up today, and like the bloke is just throwing for no yards. Like it is just they're just going all Dameon Pierce and then a bit of Rex Burkhead. Like they are not passing at all, and it's just completely destroying Cook. So against the Raiders, it could turn around. I actually looked at it for like starts of the week. I was like, do I take a shot on him? And that's why I looked it up, and I was like, oh no, I'm definitely not taking a shot on this. He's not throwing the ball at all.
His like yards per attempt are down at like 6
So
yards
bad.
or something. It's
Yeah,
awful.
it's bad. It's bad.
Yards per completion are closer to 10, but still that's really low on the rank of like total NFL qualified quarterbacks. It's not good. And it's a pity because I think in any other world you just go, oh, okay, Mills versus, the Raiders. I could probably consider him on a week where there's 4 okay quarterbacks on bye.
Yeah.
But even I wrote him on my list, and you'll see it. I'll take a picture later. I've crossed him out too.
Yeah.
I came in with only 2 because I crossed him out.
Rather go Zappy.
Yeah. No
Yeah.
second that bitch up. All right, so we've got just with Manjot's team now. So he took Robinson in the first round, then Taysom Hill, Mariota as his quarterback, and we're going to lock in Brandon Cooks, right? We're all okay with Brandon Cooks. Taylor, you're up.
Tony Pollard.
Oh,
Smash
yeah.
accept.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't go. I just think he could have an enormous game against the Lions.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
totally.
I agree. Like Kenneth Walker was definitely second for me. I actually had Travis Etienne as third for me. I don't know.
Really?
I just getting the feeling that it's starting to turn back towards him a little bit.
Yeah, I think they've both probably still got a role at this point. I think you could start both
Yeah.
of them at the moment. That it probably
Pretty
hasn't swung far
50-50.
enough. Yeah, but there's enough volume there.
Yeah. So that's me done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got Danny Dimes was the choice last week, and I looked at him again. I thought, but I am going to stack up Bailey Zappi with Hunter Henry, and I'm going to stack that bitch up. That's them
Why not?
dangerously. And how often do you get to choose a quarterback whose name begins with a Z?
Never.
Right? The closest you get, Zach Wilson, Zach Mertenberger.
My
It's
boy.
guys whose names are Zach. He gets to pick a quarterback whose last name begins with Z. That's just fun. How many more weeks is that going to be
What
available?
a stack.
Hmm.
And we're assuming Mac Jones isn't. The only thing I actually thought about, I was like, I hate that it's like really late that game, and then there's just a chance that Mac Jones just all of a sudden plays. But I'm kind of getting the feeling like they're happy with Zach. Well, I just think they're happy with him at the moment, and I honestly think it's going to be like they're going to wait for him to play really shit before they bring Mac Jones back, and they'll just keep telling us that Mac Jones is a week away.
Maybe. Do you think this is like the do you remember the Tony Romo Dak situation where like Romo, I don't know how soon he could have come back, but my God, they kept him out of the public light and they just kept on saying, not yet, not yet, not yet.
100%.
They brought him
And
back
then-
for one drive in week 17 where he drove him all the way down, got a touchdown, and that was the end of Romo, and we never saw him again.
Retirement. Yep.
I wonder.
I don't even understand how, like, the talk that Mac's even close to coming back anyway. Like, they were saying he's got a severe high ankle sprain. Like, that's
That's
really,
a
really bad.
season.
Like, I know that's like really, really bad stuff. Like, any high ankle sprain is like meant to be like 6 to 8 weeks, but like a
Yeah.
severe one, I can't even imagine
That's
that
season
being
ending.
so soon. Like, I understand that quarterback it's not as bad as if it's like a running back or wide receiver because they're sort of planting on the leg a bit more and he can kind of get away of just handing off to Ramondre Stevenson 60 times. But I just don't understand how like they think like they were trying to say he's like might have been back last week, like 2 weeks after getting it. I just don't understand the timeline. Like I feel like it's going to constantly be one of these things that they just say that he's close, but he isn't really.
The example that comes to mind, and this is going back a little while, this is back to the Mark Trestman Bears when Jay Cutler had a high ankle sprain and tried returning a little too soon. And the thing with a high ankle sprain, so it's that tendon that holds your two bones in your lower leg together right down the bottom of your shin. It's when that stretches. And that is exceedingly painful.
Yep.
Exceedingly painful. Even no matter how you do it, any high ankle sprain hurts. But especially where, you're using that as your base to throw out of, and you've got to explode out from under center to get back. I just can't see any way that he's back anytime soon. And if he is back anytime soon, avoid all Patriots. Oh my God, because that will be a disaster. So I don't know. I've got some confidence that it'll be Zappy again. I'm willing to eat the 0.
Yeah, I think Zappy is. Look, I was a big Mac Jones hater, so this is coming into the draft. I wanted nothing to do. I was like, Niners don't even go with Mac Jones. I think, look, this actually proves my point. Like, if Bailey Zappi's playing well, then I think I was totally justified in wanting the Niners not to get Mac Jones. I think it's better if we took the risk on Trey Lance than on a guy like Mac Jones, who's pretty much the same as Jimmy G. So, look, I just wanted to say that. Want to plant my flag there. That
Patriots want a particular kind of quarterback, though.
Yeah, I'd rather the mobile guy would take a chance with him, a guy who could be more like Mahomes than a guy that's going to be another Jimmy Garoppolo. I think Zappy here, he's a kid that I'm actually very excited. I've been excited. He broke Joe Burrow's touchdown record in college, the 2019 Joe Burrow's record last year. He was great. Zappy was great, and everyone passed on him, and now he's looking great again. I think. Yeah, this is the point I was gonna make. One of those comparisons about Maddie's injury. Or one to finish here. I was like, Maddie and Mark. I reckon Mark was just like Zappy. He just came in and replaced Mac, who's Maddie, of course. So, look, I think that was the joke I was trying to find. Thankfully, I managed to interrupt Taylor just so I could put that one in there to Maddie. But yeah, look, I think.
Kiss.
Yeah, I think Mark came in pretty well, like Zappy last week. Maddie, you got to be like Mac. You got to fight for your job back. Otherwise, Mark will come in again.
Mate, I would understand it if people just wanted to, just say, look, Maddie's still a couple of weeks away. We'll just keep on rolling Mark.
Yeah, all that Endo.
We swear he's 1 week away.
Yeah,
I think I'd understand.
Yeah, he might be a couple weeks away. Who knows with fast schedules.
Yeah, goodness knows. I don't think we've seen the last of Mark this year. I think he'll be back.
What I liked about Zappy in that second half too is they were in a full game script of just handing off. They were so far in front, but he still kept passing. And he actually was hitting receivers really well. He had a lot of yards in the second half, which was amazing. And I found that really, really interesting and something to look for. If if Belichick's willing to let him do that, he must have a lot of trust in him because. If he made one mistake in that second half when they were up by heaps in the passing game, he would have hammered him because he would have said, "Why aren't you just handing off to Ramondre's, 30 times in the second half?" But the fact he had the trust in him to let him cook basically in the second half, they were in front. I think that shows a lot of promise for the kid
on the road. This is a guy who's had more 300-yard passing days than Aaron Rodgers, by the way. Ouch.
Exactly. Amazing.
Ouch. Wow. What a segment. Okay, so we've got Taylor's team. I'm just going to run through your team. We've talked about Man Johnson. I like that. Taylor's team is having a punt on Tua, which I think is a good punt. Ayuk, which, God, we just saw what he can do. Tons of touchdowns, Tunyon. Love that. And then Pollard. That's going to be a tough team. I like that. I've just gone and stolen Taylor's wide receiver from Dr. Good Call. I just unabashedly done that before, and I feel fucking good about it. So, all right. Kenneth Walker, because I think its matchup is right. And then I've got the Patriots stack that bitch up with Hunter Henry and Bailey Zappi. That is striking fear into the hearts of people right around this big brown land, isn't it? Bailey Zappi to Hunter Henry. Fuck me.
proves the concept of this segment.
If that gets up this week too, I'm going to be merciless next week. You've got no idea how much of a pain. I'll be worse than. Imagine if Adam wins the Astros League. Imagine what a pain in the ass champion he'll be, and I'm going to be the same. Actually, you remember when TC won the league? He was a pain in the ass champion. Oh my god. Maybe it comes with a Connor surname. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, look, let's get TC on the show. We were talking about it.
Yeah.
Me hosting, TC's gonna be he's gonna have a segment every week that he can roast the absolute shit out of anyone in the Astro League. I think people would pay to see that. I think we might put down the subscription tier of the
We put that
fantasy
behind a
football.
paywall. Yeah.
Yeah, put it in the fantasy football network. Just put it on their subscription tier.
Oh,
There you go.
he would love to know that he was the reason people had to pay. Oh, that's so good.
Oh
Couldn't think of a
yeah.
better person.
Yeah, we've got to get like the first couple episodes free. People like it. Then we move into the subscription tier.
Yeah.
Easy money for us. Let it rain. Let's
Just
go.
make him pay $2 for it.
Yeah, I'm already thinking 10 steps ahead of of you, Maddie, with our entire
You are.
social medias. So yeah,
I can't disagree, mate.
Yeah.
Speaking of social medias, we need to get you to plug your social medias and your other places that we can find you, man, while we do the big wrap up. Go.
yeah, Pastry Press NFL, of course. That's the homepage for me. Good Egg Gridiron. We're getting that back on the show after a week off. We missed the last 3 episodes, it seems, but look, we're gonna be back, so that's all good. Yeah, Good Egg Gridiron you can always find out on Spotify pretty much. That's where I find it, so that's where you'll find. We'll have a full playlist of all of my podcasts actually up on Spotify. I'll put that up on Pastry Press. So
do
we'll
that.
do that.
Yeah,
we'll do that
because then
again.
I'll put that link through our link tree.
And then it's gonna be what 6. We're gonna have what? I think that's 6 hours of your weekend you can spend back to back on a Saturday, just listening to me talk about football. I think if you love me that much, you gotta do that. Actually, wait, no. We gotta put that like Saturday morning because Saturday afternoon, of course, HC Gridiron. Just want to preface it, yeah. Of course, Saturdays you gotta start what 7 a.m. All right, I've got your Saturday slot. 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. Listen to all my podcasts, Spotify, back to back to back to back to back to back. I think there's 6 in a row. So we'll put that there. And then once you're there, you gotta watch us do the juniors game, as in get me on the. Well, I'll be doing the sideline cameras or something, running
One of us will
around.
be running around doing that.
Yeah, it'll be me.
It might not be me. I mean,
it won't be you. Maddie,
missing a
we've got
whole
you
arm.
on scoreboard duty. You're on scoreboard duty. Just
the
gotta
finest scoreboard operating you've ever seen, by the way.
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah, from what I saw. I mean, he's always good on the scoreboards. Don't worry.
That's what I do.
And then I'll be running like sideways. I'll be doing like side steps and shit on the sideline. It'll be like one leg over the other. That sort of side running. I was actually pretty good at that last week. So, I'm gonna hype up my cameraman skills. I don't know how much miles we use, but we'll put it up. And then live streaming, of course. You can catch us there. And of course, main game at 4:30, the seniors, Gladiators versus Wolves in both of them. So we're gonna have fun. I think this is the pink day as well. So gonna be pink socks, Breast Cancer Foundation fundraiser, of course, and gonna be raising a ton of money, hopefully, for the Breast Cancer Foundation through that initiative. Well done to the Gladiators. They're the ones being running it. Well done to the Wolves for like playing them, supporting them in the initiative as well. So 22nd of October, hopefully that'll be a great day. Hopefully this episode gets out before then so you guys can donate.
Yep, definitely. This will be up before then, well and truly before then. It should be up on Friday US time, in fact, and Saturday morning Oz time.
Yeah,
so everyone wakes up for their brekkie, for their Vegemite toast.
Yeah, definitely get it up. Definitely get it up, Maddie, so you can get the message out there.
Oh, I'll be getting it up, mate.
Yeah, you will. You will. Yeah, of course, Aussie NFL Fantasy. Yeah, Aussie NFL Fantasy. You can find us on Instagram at Aussie NFL Fantasy, Facebook, Aussie NFL Fantasy with all the spaces, Twitter, Aussie_Fantasy.
Good handle
TikTok. Yeah, TikTok, Aussie NFL Fantasy. No spaces there, of course. YouTube, obviously, Aussie NFL Fantasy Show. Been exploding on YouTube Shorts. Hopefully, we're gonna be running up the YouTube Shorts. Try and get us to 1,000 subscribers if you can. We want to get on that YouTube Shorts monetization program.
Oh yeah,
get us that 10 million views as well while you're there, just to make sure, just that little bit of an edge.
We're still only about 10 million views short, but we've gotta aim somewhere.
Yeah, we're
on. We're everywhere. We're YouTube's Aussie NFL Fantasy, Where else do we have? And the email.
Oh, yeah.
Email is on
There
the
we go.
that's the NFL Fantasy at Gmail.
And
You're just as likely
great.
to get Manjot on that as me these days. He was
I have
asking
access
me.
to it.
He was asking me who was buying an Aussie NFL Fantasy Show face mask. I said, mate, it was actually me. I was repping the show in the IR the other day over at the operating room over at the hospital, and after my procedure, they took my mask off. And I never saw it again, so I had to order a new one. Someone's nicked me mask.
Bro, that's going to the black market, by the way. I've
It
heard.
might be.
Yeah, there's going to be some big disputes over that. That's going to be the most fought over thing in the black market. Heard it's going for $1 million already.
Mate, I'm hot pissed about it. So no, I've had to order a new one, and I thought I'd order myself an extra shirt while I was at it. So I'll have a nice new Aussie NFL fantasy shirt to wear around at the gridiron.
Yeah.
Tay, you've got a big week on. Hopefully the Dr. Good call goes a bit better for you this week, mate.
Hope so, mate. I just thought I'd use this little section. My wife and I are going to a gala night for a fundraiser. Actually for Justin, who's in our league at the Giddos, his family. Basically his sister's daughter just basically ended up with a very rare form of cancer, and the whole Giddo family started the Win the Day charity. So if anyone's ever sort of looking it up, there's always ways to donate to that. So yeah, it's a really, really good cause. So there's a big gala night for that on Friday down in Canberra. So my wife and I are making the trek down on Friday for that. So
that's
all suited up and everything. So that should be a really good night. I assume Justin's going. It'll be the first time I ever get a chance to meet him. So I might go and punch him for beating me in Astro last week.
He dusted you up too, mate. You might owe him a couple.
He's
a
got
great
a
charity,
really
though. Great charity Win the Day. They run a podcast as well, which I've been helping produce for them just quietly. So they've got a few episodes up there. And I guess for folks who haven't imagined what the life of being an oncology parent would be like, from having worked with the background of that show, it really is quite a nice community to get involved with, not being an oncology parent myself, but just getting to understand what the life is like. So anything anyone can do to try and help the life of parents, trying to help kids sail the difficulties of overcoming the challenges of different cancers. The more that can be done to help those families, the better. So we're pretty big advocates for Win the Day here at the Aussie NFL Fantasy Show.
Absolutely.
Wow. Great charity, by the way. Say good day to everyone there for me. They're wonderful folks, the whole Giddo family, to be honest. Yeah. It's just amazing how many ways you can cross paths with one family, because they've got they are so active. They're into so many things.
Everywhere.
They do a lot of good in the community. I don't think I've got anything left to say. You guys have taken all the words right out of my mouth.
Good one there, Taylor. Yeah. Glad I learned something new, because, new to the Astro League. Good that I learned something new that someone's doing in our league. So yeah, shout out to Justin there. Great charity, great initiative, man.
So great. And I'm just going to give one more shout out to Marky Mark for being such a trooper and helping us out last week at a pinch. And I don't think it'll be the last you see of Marky Mark. He's definitely made himself available to someone who can hop in when we need an extra head. And knowing what life is like, I know it's going to be hard to believe, but we're all volunteers at the show, and sometimes life gets in the way, and it will mean there may be days where one of the three amigos here might not be available, and Marky Mark has made himself available to step in. But that said, there is still probably plenty of chance, I think, in the coming weeks to have a few more of the folks from our league and friends of the show come through and just talk about their season so far as well. So there's plenty still more to come for the Aussie Fantasy Show here later as the year rolls on. But this week marks halfway through the regular season, which is horrendous. Ever wondered how you get old so fast?
Or I'm already thinking about what we're doing in the playoffs. I'm actually thinking of show ideas to that, like the NFL playoffs. So
yeah, that was so much fun last year. We definitely have to keep a show going through the December, January.
I'm going 10 steps ahead of everyone again. So yeah, I'm already thinking of ideas that no one else is thinking of at the moment. So definitely, hopefully, some of them pay off. But anyway,
would you appear on Manjot's show, Taylor, for the playoffs?
Why not?
I'm gonna see if I get an invite. That's the first thing I just to say.
I think we might.
NFL playoffs starts the week champion, mate. You gotta get one there.
Yeah, we might have to put Ian on and make me just talk about the games once, and it all goes good. And I'll try and get something going there.
That's where we need to talk to the FFN guys too, and be like, right, Here's your collab of Australian podcasts. Maybe that's the one we live stream. We'll work on it.
I think Marky Mark just talked about us doing live shows. So hopefully, if you guys can get us up a few on YouTube, get us a few more subscribers, then live streams. Yeah, they'll be coming soon. Maybe me doing some NFL commentary if Maddie actually allows me on that YouTube channel.
Go crazy, brother. Go crazy. I think the more we have out there, the better. And the more that folks can share us, the better as well. So where you do get the chance to show folks about this crazy, wacky Aussie show, definitely share it because, we could use some more mates. 100%.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it's roaring towards 1 a.m. I'm going to let you guys go because it's school night for you guys, where tomorrow I'll still just be a gentleman of leisure trying to grow my arm back. So thank you for everything, and thank you for all your hard work last week while I was down and dead. And good luck this week in week 7, especially for the Wankers, right?
Yeah. Let's go, Wankers. Let's go. Thank you, Maddie. Thank you, Taylor.
Thanks, guys. Hooroo.
Hooroo.
Yes, I am indeed public defender Manjot Melly. I didn't give you more pictures, Maddie, because
I've literally got one.
You got more this week. You put a million on your Facebook.
At least Taylor gives me a bit of expression. Did you see the face on Dr. Goodcall?
Yeah. All rise.
We all did.
I don't know who the judge is.